back to our channel where we provide updates and undisclosed narratives on the royal family. We provide you with the exciting news Harry and Meghan's Hollywood party clash with King Charles's tearful remembrance. While the UK and several Commonwealth nations commemorated fallen soldiers over a weekend of somber memorials, the public engagements of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex in California garnered significant attention and provoked much discourse. This was a marked divergence from the official responsibilities of senior royal family members in London, as King Charles III and the Prince and Princess of Wales conducted traditional memorial services, signifying the conclusion of 1 month and the commencement of national reflection each November. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle attended a lavish celebrity birthday celebration on the west coast of the United States. The disparity in location, tone, and apparent priorities has sparked intense discussion over the couple's public positions, personal decisions, and the visual narratives their lives convey after their departure from the daily responsibilities and rituals of the working monarchy. The two sets of activities were notable not just for their simultaneous occurrence, but also for their demonstration of two divergent modes of public existence. The weekend in London was replete with historical and national commemorative ceremonies, with the National Service of Remembrance at the Cenotaph serving as the most heartbreaking tribute to those who perished in conflict. It was a procession and formal event. The Sussexes relocated to Montecito, California, where they were immersed in celebrity culture, entertainment industry events, and the affluence of other renowned individuals. Since their decision to cease being working royals in 2020, they have increasingly resided in this atmosphere. Individuals on both sides of the Atlantic used the couple's relocation to reevaluate their association with the organization they previously represented, their articulated aims post-departure, and the perception of being contemporary public figures who oscillate between activism and prominent social engagements. The disparity in tone between solemn national ceremonies and a cinematic-themed birthday party was undoubtedly epitomized by an event in Beverly Hills. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle attended a significant soiree on the Saturday evening before Remembrance Sunday. Kris Jenner's 70th birthday celebration occurred. She is the matriarch of a family that has a central position in American reality television and celebrity culture. The gathering, allegedly themed around James Bond, occurred at a private property in Beverly Hills belonging to Jeff Bezos. The property is estimated to have a market value of around $165 million. The guest list resembled a roster of renowned individuals from the entertainment sector. It included prominent media personalities and artists whose careers have influenced contemporary American pop culture, including television presenter Oprah Winfrey, singer Mariah Carey, rapper Snoop Dogg, and pop sensation Justin Bieber. Their attendance at the ceremony demonstrated the Sussexes' attempts to enhance their American reputation and influence via their media and production initiatives under the Archewell brand. Photographers, however, illustrated the stark contrast between this appearance and the unadorned monuments occurring thousands of miles beyond. Videos captured by paparazzi showed the couple's arrival to the high-security facility, followed by their departure. Prince Harry donned a traditional black tuxedo, enhancing the evening's elegance. Meghan Markle donned a fitted black gown exuding a photographic elegance that seamlessly integrates into the visual lexicon of famous events. Their attendance at a private high-security birthday celebration featuring prominent American entertainers aligns with their ongoing efforts since relocating to California to establish careers in media and production, while associating their public persona with influential figures in the cultural and philanthropic spheres of the United States. However, the Jenner event significantly influenced popular perception of the appearance. The service coincided with the Festival of Remembrance at the Royal Albert Hall in London. This is a significant aspect of the UK's Memorial Weekend, and Prince Harry attended this ceremony as a senior royal during most of his boyhood. Royal observers and the media immediately saw the contrast. One side featured a serious, disciplined service, replete with national rituals and communal mourning. The other showcased a celebration at a billionaire's home, characterized by music celebrities and the luxuries of Hollywood. The discrepancy swiftly resulted in media narratives on priorities and propriety, allowing critics to scrutinize the alignment of the Sussexes' public existence with the symbolic responsibilities that formerly characterized Prince Harry's identity. Compounding the narrative's complexity, contemporaneous reports indicated that law enforcement had been summoned to the vicinity of the gathering. The media covered these tales, although failed to provide comprehensive government justifications for the police presence. The specific nature of the incident, whether it constituted a standard security reaction, a traffic concern, or a more grave situation, was not elucidated to the public in any detail pertaining to the pair. The involvement of the police made the event more chaotic and intensively scrutinized. For those who juxtapose the meticulously organized memorial events in London with the erratic dynamics of celebrity culture, the police presence at an extravagant gathering 5,000 miles away suggested the existence of two distinct realms governed by disparate standards of public conduct and accountability. Public announcements and social media amplified the discourse significantly. Kris Jenner, the host of the birthday celebration, shared an extensive slideshow of photographs from her party on Instagram. The images depicted several attendees and captured moments intended to portray the occasion as exquisite and star-studded. The images included renowned individuals such as Gayle King and Mariah Carey. Observers quickly noted that none of the roughly 20 images Jenner posted included Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Individuals who deemed the exclusion significant said that it reflected the Sussexes' status in Hollywood. They may gain entry into elite social circles. However, members of that milieu do not necessarily see them as essential, consistent presences. Critics said that the couple's lack of photographs indicated their insignificance within that social context. Some individuals cautioned against overinterpreting the absence of a response, proposing alternative, less conspiratorial explanations. Jenner's selections for her Instagram feed may have been influenced by personal preference, a wish for privacy concerning specific guests, or an editorial constraint, rather than an intentional social affront. The announcement that Meghan attended an event for her pal, Serena Williams, earlier that evening, wearing the same outfit sparked much discussion on fashion and scheduling. Fashion experts saw the couple's many appearances as indicative of a hectic social agenda, so influencing the public perception that their evening was a succession of prominent social engagements rather than a single outing. The Sussexes' itinerary, comprising a charitable or private engagement with a renowned American athlete, followed by an invitation to a celebrity birthday celebration, may be seen as a strategy to manage their personal time and public persona. It depicted them engaged in a social milieu markedly distinct from the ceremonial and commemorative environment of late autumn Britain. The couple's participation at the event garnered heightened attention and emotion due to Meghan Markle's attire lacking a remembrance poppy. The red poppy has served as a prominent symbol of remembrance for fallen soldiers in the UK and other Commonwealth nations since the end of World War I. The poppies that bloomed on battlefields throughout the war inspired the emblem. Individuals have worn it from late October till Remembrance Sunday as a demonstration of respect and commemoration. The insignia has existed for an extended period, imparting both ceremonial significance and a framework of cultural values on public conduct. In this context, the presence of a poppy on a famous figure's lapel or attire is often seen as a tangible indication of their individual and civic endorsement of the holiday's commemorative practices. While visiting Beverly Hills, Prince Harry, a combat veteran with 2 deployments in Afghanistan and a sustained public dedication to assisting wounded service personnel, was seen sporting a poppy on his tuxedo lapel. He is the originator of the Invictus Games. Media reports, including an article in the Daily Mail, indicated that he acquired the pin by making a donation during a recent visit to Canada, an account that aligns with the typical distribution method of such poppies, small paper or fabric pins given by volunteers in exchange for contributions to military charities. Numerous others saw his gift and the display of the placard as a means to maintain his dedication to veteran issues despite his absence. In contrast, the Duchess was not seen wearing the commemorative red poppy. The Daily Mail said, without specifying anyone, that poppies are not widely available in the States, unlike in Commonwealth countries. This implies that Meghan may not have had a poppy due to their scarcity in the U.S. A significant number of individuals expressed dissatisfaction with this answer, asserting that Meghan had previously worn poppies in public while residing in the United States. For instance, photographers had already captured images of her adorned with a poppy at a luncheon in November of the prior year. This made the unavailability rationale less credible and prompted some to question why the Duchess's entourage could not get a poppy if desired. The opponents said that the absence of clothes was more likely a deliberate choice than an oversight in planning. The debate around Meghan's alleged wearing of a poppy, first seen as a minor matter of attire, gained significance as it highlighted broader concerns related to the Sussexes' connection to British traditions and Prince Harry's history of service to veterans. Some observers believe that Meghan's lack of a poppy and the couple's attendance at a boisterous celebrity event indicated their disconnection from the ceremonial duties and cultural traditions integral to Harry's public identity. Critics said that his attendance at a party over a weekend designated for solemn observance indicated that Harry prioritized Hollywood glamour above commemorating veterans, so casting doubt on the sincerity and consistency of his commitment to the veteran community. Advocates of the couple defended them against what they seen as disproportionate and at times opportunistic criticism. They said that expectations about attire should not serve as evidence of disrespect or moral deficiency. And they also indicated that forming conclusions about an individual's intentions based on a solitary moment is inherently precarious. Certain proponents of the Sussexes said that their presence in a foreign nation, personal choices on public display, or apprehensions about privacy may all serve as valid justifications for not donning a prominent memorial sign that evening. In London, key members of the royal family were involved in a series of public duties that are a crucial aspect of the nation's commemorative activities. The official itinerary for the weekend started on Saturday evening with the Royal British Legion's Festival of Remembrance at the Royal Albert Hall. This event commemorates armed forces personnel with music, military displays, and personal narratives. King Charles III and Queen Camilla occupied significant roles. This is due to the expectation that the king and other senior royals would demonstrate prominent leadership at national monuments. Catherine, the Princess of Wales, was there observing from the royal box. Her attendance with other senior royals perpetuated a trend whereby the family's public appearance underscores continuity and communal national ideals during acts of remembering. A prominent topic of discussion for the festival was the presence of Prince George, the eldest son of the Princess of Wales. At 12 years old, he was second in line to the throne and attending a formal evening gathering for the first time. The presence of the heir's child at such a significant ceremony had considerable significance. For several individuals, it signified that the subsequent generation would soon assume civic responsibilities that would eventually belong to them. Historically, the Prince and Princess of Wales have protected their children's privacy while gradually acclimating them to royal responsibilities. George's positioning in the royal box, situated between his mother and another relative, was interpreted as a deliberate, measured action in a gradual process of public exposure that reconciles the child's well-being with the monarchy's objective of showcasing a stable line of succession. Commentators discussed the impact of the king's ongoing health issues on him throughout the evening. King Charles, reportedly undergoing treatment for an unspecified kind of cancer, seemed afflicted and fatigued at several moments throughout the proceedings. Attendees who photographed the event documented poignant moments that illustrated the emotionality of the evening, the king's display of sentiment throughout the ceremony, familial support in public, and the juxtaposition of an elderly monarch with a composed young prince inside the same frame. The king's presence and perceived vulnerability resonated with the public as it humanized the monarchy. Visuals of a sovereign addressing personal health issues during a national mourning enhanced the ceremony's poignancy and enriched the emotional depth of the weekend. The next day, Remembrance Sunday, the National Service of Remembrance united the whole nation at the Cenotaph in Whitehall. This was the United Kingdom's most somber national gesture of commemoration. The inaugural wreath at the monument is consistently placed by the monarch to signify the nation's grief. This year, King Charles III, attired as the Marshal of the Royal Air Force, fulfilled that obligation by placing the first wreath at the base of the monument. Prince William returned on an overseas journey associated with his Earthshot Prize environmental initiative, and thereafter placed a wreath on behalf of the Prince of Wales. The Duke of Edinburgh and the Princess Royal, together with other senior royals, also placed wreaths at the cenotaph. This demonstrated the significance of the whole family to the national occasion. The Princess of Wales and Queen Camilla witnessed the festivities from the balcony of the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office overlooking the cenotaph as they joined the public and legislative leaders congregating on Whitehall for a moment of collective national contemplation. The king's poignant response during the 2-minute pause and the subsequent ceremonial actions, including a moment captured on video when he seemed to wipe away a tear, illustrated the intricate connection between personal emotions and public responsibilities in the monarchy's ceremonial obligations. The images appeared on top pages and in news segments, eliciting strong emotional responses from many individuals. Some individuals believed the king's evident emotions reflected the weight of his responsibilities at a period when the institution faced both a changing world and his own health issues. The juxtaposition of a queen visibly burdened by official responsibilities and a younger royal who has chosen a divergent public lifestyle over the weekend provided enough material for analysis and discussion. Much of the criticism directed at Prince Harry and Meghan Markle pertained to their management of public relations and their appearance at a prominent celebrity event during a national weekend of remembrance. Individuals from various perspectives expressed thoughts that varied from skeptical reservations about the couple's discernment to assertions that the look was a significant deviation from previously proclaimed goals. Tom Sykes, author of the Royalist Weekly on Substack, and sometimes seen as possessing a balanced or even sympathetic perspective toward the Sussexes, still condemned the choice to make a conspicuous entry at a billion-dollar residence for a celebrity event over a memorable weekend in the UK. He scrutinized the efficacy of the couple's public relations council and if they were adhering to it. Sykes said that the optics were unequivocal and contradicted Harry's previous declarations of profound patriotism. He said that entering through the public door of Jeff Bezos's excessively lavish billionaire estate for a Kardashian event was entirely insensitive in light of the circumstances occurring in London across the Atlantic. He was not really assailing their objectives. He only highlighted that their statements were inconsistent, which he believed undermined their argument. Brittany, editor of the Royal News Network, expressed a more incisive critique on Dan Wootton's online show Outspoken, characterizing the weekend as a stark contrast between excess and service. She contended that the working royals were engaged in duty and remembrance, while Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were, in her view, there to indulge in the excess afforded by their royal titles. Brittany's critique extended beyond a singular event to assert a claim regarding personal ambition. She implied that the Duchess desires to be the focal point and that Prince Harry exerts little influence in that relationship, thereby depicting their public interaction as one where spectacle and individual ambition overshadow collective responsibility. A prevalent motif in the study connected the couple's initiatives in California to Prince Harry's enduring advocacy for veterans. Harry established the Invictus Games to provide wounded, sick, and injured servicemen and women an opportunity to engage in sports and facilitate their recovery. The Games have significantly contributed to his popular character. Critics said that attending a celebrity party over a memory weekend diminished the coherence of his work, implying that he prioritized celebrity events above the causes he has championed. A commentator's assertion that Harry undermined his whole trip to Canada by attending that Kardashian party encapsulated the critical discourse whereby a prominent social engagement served as a lens to scrutinize the Sussexes' commitment to their responsibilities. Commentators, including Sykes, concentrated on what they saw as an internal dispute inside the couple's relationship. Sykes articulated that the disparity between Harry's professed yearning for privacy and aversion to incessant media scrutiny and the couple's frequent appearances in prominent celebrity-laden venues is becoming increasingly unsustainable. He characterized their divergent inclinations as potentially destabilizing. Harry's verbal dedication to privacy often conflicts with his wife's evident inclination to embrace and foster the limelight of celebrity existence. Sykes saw the situation as one where a couple's persistent erroneous public judgments might eventually strain their relationship. This interpretation, though speculative regarding private relationships, highlights the observable disparity between personal statements and public actions, an inconsistency that, according to Sykes, raises further inquiries about the long-term sustainability of their chosen lifestyle. A more jovial but significant aspect of the comment was to outfit specifics. Observers noted that Prince Harry chose to wear a velvet jacket at an event, a fashion choice recently shown by his brother Prince William, who has been seen in similar double-breasted velvet blazers at public appearances, including the Earthshot Prize ceremony. Social media accounts and commentators seized upon the resemblance as evidence of what they termed Harry's tendency to emulate William's fashion choices. The sartorial coincidence was seen evidence of an ongoing rivalry or a struggle for distinct identity within the fraternal bond. Although clothing may seem trivial in relation to constitutional morality and philanthropic commitment in media contexts, these visual indicators are often used to convey broader narratives on competitiveness, imitation, and the pursuit of individual uniqueness within notable homes. While the Sussexes garnered immediate attention, a more significant narrative was developing in London, one that pertained to the monarchy's long-term viability. A multitude of individuals saw Prince George's significant involvement in the Festival of Remembrance as a deliberate and strategic decision. The public saw the gradual introduction of the heir to the long-standing customs of royal life. William and Catherine have diligently shielded their children, permitting public appearances that safeguard them from the scrutiny of public life. George's formal attendance at this significant evening event represented a shift, a deliberate and conspicuous method of preparing the youth for a more prominent public role in the future. Individuals such as Tom Sykes referred to this practice as a component of a quiet shift orchestrated by the palace. Due to King Charles's illness and the diminished number of active royals, institutions, and advisors may recognize the heightened need of demonstrating stability and continuity. Sykes said that the palace was preparing the populace for the concept of a new Prince of Wales and ultimately a new monarch. In this context, George's visibility, immersed in the gravity of remembrance and positioned directly in the visual sequence, served as a rehearsal for impending responsibilities, conveying a message of dynastic perpetuation. Much of the reflective writing after the weekend's events was predicated on the notion that the king's health had accelerated the process in subtle but significant ways. Sykes further contemplated the remarkable constitutional and personal future that may await the young prince, observing that he could, under existing conventions, assume titles and responsibilities such as the Prince of Wales and stewardship of the Duchy of Cornwall property portfolio while still a minor. This statement highlights that royal succession is not only ceremonial, it encompasses significant issues related to estate management, patronage, and the fulfillment of constitutional and philanthropic responsibilities throughout generations. The carefully orchestrated public engagements of Prince George indicated the stability of the royal lineage, while highlighting the logistical challenges associated with the transition of power in a hereditary monarchy. The Remembrance Weekend of 2020 highlighted a persistent division among the House of Windsor. One aspect is a monarchy confronting health issues, generational transitions, and the need of maintaining continuity via formal rituals and symbolic acts. A new generation of royals has opted for lifestyles characterized by diverse public engagements, commercial ventures, and residence apart from the institutional epicenter. Across the two seas, juxtaposed pictures of tradition and fame depicted a monarch obviously affected by duty, alongside a couple maneuvering through the contemporary social landscape of celebrity culture, illustrating the divergent pathways available to members of the same family. Critics saw such images as evidence that the Sussexes often contravened the principles and expectations of the organization they formerly represented. Defenders see the inspection as a continuation of the rigorous, often severe scrutiny that accompanies royals who depart from their official responsibilities. For several individuals, the events of the weekend heightened their concerns over the monarchy's future, which is now in a precarious personal condition and is diminishing in institutional authority. The scenes offered an opportunity to observe two distinct modes of public existence, each governed by its own rationale, one rooted in ceremonial cohesion, civic symbolism, and a deliberate, measured introduction of the next generation. The other centered on a personal strategy for public impact, intertwining philanthropy with the cultural capital derived from associations with entertainment, media, and affluence. Regardless of the favored interpretation, the weekend demonstrated the potency of symbols and the significance of public perception in the experience of contemporary monarchy. The same collection of photographs might evoke diverse emotions when presented in different contexts and narratives. For instance, they might evoke feelings of pride and empathy among one group, while inciting distrust and anger in another. The intrigue of these moments lies in their ability to transform significant institutional issues into aspects of grammar, attire, geography, and temporality. This scenario included a red poppy, or its absence, a velvet jacket, the attendance of a 12-year-old future king at a state occasion, and the itinerary decisions of a duke and duchess residing abroad, all contributing to a broader discussion on duty, identity, and public service. The Remembrance Weekend clearly illustrated the conflicts and transformations now defining the House of Windsor. The monarchy in London convened to honor traditional commemorative practices, effectively illustrating the interplay between personal vulnerability and public responsibility while subtly alluding to its future in a deliberate and symbolic manner. In California, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex persist in a realm of celebrity and personal wealth, navigating opportunities and connections that starkly contrast with the somber traditions of national commemoration. The ensuing contrast ignited a fervent public discourse that highlighted not only the couple's personal narrative, but also broader concerns such as the evolution of the monarchy, the management of public perception, and the significant implications of minor symbolic gestures such as laying a wreath at the cenotaph or donning a poppy in an era where images are readily accessible and disseminated. Thank you for watching the video. Please let us know your thoughts and goodbye for now.